Haters talk, they love my style. Champions, we stand out loud. Records break when I appear. Work been tough for all these.
Welcome to the Man United stream. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the show. Hope you're having a nice morning. And we've got transfer news coming your way. We've got lots of Manchester United news coming your way. Yes, before this massive game against Arsenal, we saw Arsenal actually yesterday in action in the Champions League. And they look good. They look good, man. They look like a team that are going to be hard to beat. I'm not going to lie, man. I'm not going to lie. Man City got absolutely demolished once again. Have we knocked the wind out of this Pep Guardiola's team? That's the question. Or were they always that bad? Are we being kind of misled with the win on the weekend? And was Man City bad or was Man United good? That's my question as well. Anyway, we've got lots of transfer news. Hope you're doing well, by the way. Like I say, we've got transfer news. We've got other news coming out of Man United. There's so much going on. There's so much going on. But before we actually kick off today's show, I wanted to quickly go and show you a clip of Wayne Rooney absolutely cooking Theo Walcott. It was so funny that I'm going to start the show off with that today. Let me just get it back there. Let me just... Whoa, hold on, Theo, hold on. Let me just bring up the... There we go. Okay, so this clip is so funny. I watched this yesterday and I just couldn't stop laughing. The way... First of all, what is Theo on? What is he smoking? Because he must be on a different planet if he thinks this is the best ever Premier League team or one of the best Premier League teams in Arsenal. This is just before the Arsenal game against Inter, and I was watching it live, so I was like, right, okay, let's see what's going to cook, because I thought I'll do a bit of research. First time in my life, I thought I'll do a bit of research of the opposition. Now, I normally don't do this. I normally don't go ahead and start looking at opposition teams that we're going to play against and trying to work out what they're going to line up like, who they're playing, who they're resting. And I must admit, Arteta did rest a few players, I think. I think the team's going to be a bit different to when they play against United. But still, they had a very good team out. Gabriel Jesus was there. He had a good game for Arsenal. But anyway, this is pre-match, the build-up, and let's just listen to it. It's just hilarious.
It's kind of flipped, isn't it? Would your 08 team compete? Well, you would compete against this team, but how does it compare to your 2018, which was probably the best team that I've ever played against? This squad compared to that one.
Yeah, we'd battle them. No, I think we would. I think we would. So
it took you all of half a second to come up with that answer.
It's kind of flipped, isn't it? Would your 08 team compete? Well, you would compete against this team, but how does it compare to your 2018? Which
Can you believe this?
The best team that I've ever played against. This squad compared to that one.
Yeah, we'd battle them.
We'd batter them. I mean, it does not. I mean, it's such a really no-nonsense kind of guy, is he? No-nonsense type of guy. I love it. I love Rooney, man. I love the way he just comes across, just says it like it is. He just listens to his shit and then just says, right, yeah, we'll flip and batter them. That's it. Yeah, shut up. Let's move on. Cecil, how you doing, mate? I love you. I love the hate watch, man. What are you doing with me? Hate watching all the time, man. Cecil, you're a bloody plonker. Absolute plonker. But you know what? See you later, mate. See you later. Goodbye. Anyway, guys, we've got some interesting news. Interesting news coming. First of all, transfers. You saw the images on the thumbnail. Ndidi, Loftus-Cheek. Who will it be? Look, the board have absolutely no idea what they're doing. No idea. No idea which players to be signing. I mean, why do we as fans have to tell the board, the people who should know what they're doing when it comes to footballing matters, about who we should be looking at and who shouldn't be being signed for United? Ndidi, Loftus-Cheek, you might as well save your bloody money. Don't come to us and tell us that, oh, look, do you know what? You're going to save money and, you know, you're spending money. We're spending money on United. Look at us. We're such good owners. We're going to spend money on buying these players. You might as well not bother. You might as well not. Maybe, okay, look, Loftus-Cheek, I'm not quite sure about, because I still think that he might be able to do a job for United if he gets drafted in. on a loan move. And Ndidi, I'm just thinking, yeah, he's the captain of Nigeria. I think anyway, Sanas will know, actually. Sanas, you're watching. Let us know if Ndidi is actually in good form. Can he do a job for United? You're out playing. You're watching from Nigeria. Let me know, because it would be interesting to find out from somebody who's clearly watched him in the AFCON. Now, I must admit, I've not been watching him in particular. I've watched AFCON, but I wasn't watching what his form was like. But can he come into United and do a job for this midfield or not? Because for me, these names don't get me excited, unfortunately. They don't get me excited, but we have heard in the last 24 hours from several different sources that United have been in talks with the players' agents and representatives. Both are looking to move back to the UK, move back to the Premier League. Manchester United have had talks with signing Wilfred Ndidi. Is that how you pronounce it? I think it is Ndidi. The player is anxious to return to England, so he wants to return to England. From that last line, I presume he's saying that yes, he wants to return. I can't look. For me, it looks like a signing that we're signing players that are past it a little bit. Like, why do that? Why do that? You might as well save the money. You might as well save the money, even if it's on a loan. You might as not bother, because I think we don't need these players. Then we've got players that can do just a good enough job at the club. You might as well play Ugarte at that rate. So, yeah, I mean, unless I'm missing the point here, unless these guys have turned into complete, utter ballers whilst they've been away from the Premier League, for me, this guy, or neither do Loftus-Cheek, tick what I want in the criteria I want to be bringing into the club. I don't want, a loan move, but even a loan move, I just feel like we can do better than this. Surely the board can do better than this. Surely they can go out there and actually get us the players that we want. Sanders says we can't use this Arsenal yesterday match compare our English Premier League. Arsenal have a good best two teams and can stand any in. Wait, let me bring this up. I need to read this in a little bit more detail. So we can't use the Arsenal yesterday's game. Yeah, we can't. I realised that. As soon as I was watching it, I realised, okay, look, do you know what? They've lined up in a different team. They've got different players on, and they're going to play a different style of football for sure. Arsenal have got two who can stand any team in the. I think you're talking about two players, maybe, or two teams. Who can stand? Yeah, but either way, let me know. Let me know about Ndidi, man. I'm asking you a question. You got a very sensitive mod in Neville. Oh, Mama's Flossie. You know what? Neville is he's a sensitive soul from what I can tell, man. He is someone who has his beliefs and he sticks with them. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with everything. We clash, or we have disagreements, shall we say, on certain things. But yeah, he's always been an Amrin in, and I respect that. But I have called out Amrin numerous times, and we've kind of disagreed on things like that, and also on players. Ndidi was injured, suspended, not sure. Or was he? Either Ndidi was injured or suspended, not sure. Oh, so he wasn't playing. I thought he was the captain. I thought he was the captain for Nigeria. But that's an interesting one. Because look, I was hoping that the chat will explain to me why United are looking at him, because this is a complete left field signing for me. And I was reading it, I'm thinking, is this made up? Is this genuine? Then I had to check a couple of times with a few more sources, and it is indeed that we have been. We've been talking with him. We want him. I mean, again, look, I don't want to completely crucify the player because I've not watched enough of him. So I can't actually say whether he is someone that United should be going and signing or someone who we should look to avoid right now. Look, again, the problem I have is beggars can't be choosers right now. We are a club that are in complete turmoil. Yes, we had a brilliant game against City, but that one game doesn't change everything at United. Doesn't change the ownership, doesn't change the fact that we've got Wilcox who wants to interfere in everything, doesn't change the fact that we've got Barada who thinks that he is, the main man in charge, and then we've got Jim Ratcliffe who's a complete and utter idiot. He's an idiot who thinks he knows about football. Again, so we've got three jokers who think they know about football, but they don't actually know what they're doing. So these signings do not fill me with confidence, or these rumours about signings do not fill me with confidence. Loftus-Cheek and Didi, we didn't need these guys. We could have quite easily gone out there. If you wanted to do that, you should have just brought in Ruben Neves. That would have been my number one cheap choice. So for me, it was always, right, okay, if we're not going to go out and sign someone long-term like Anderson, like Baleba, or like Wharton right now, let's just go out there and get someone like Ruben Neves. He's about 15 mil. Bring him in, and he can play. He can play football, and we know what he's good at. He's the kind of personality that we need in that team. He's a no-nonsense midfielder, and he would be really good. Or he would not be really good, actually. I take that back. He won't be really good. He would suffice. He would kind of do the job for us in this time of need. However, of course, long term, we need to go out there and need to be looking at signing the big midfielders. If we want to really compete, we cannot, and we've been saying this under Ruben Amorim, we've been saying this for a number of times, we cannot sign shit players and then expect to do good in the Premier League or qualify or do well in the Champions League. If we are targeting Champions League football and we really want to get into Champions League football this summer, if we do get into Champions League, we can't pussyfoot around and not bring anybody else. We need to actually bring in someone big, or a couple of players that will carry this team and improve it. And then we've got the real danger of players leaving in the summer. So we might have to fill at least 5 or 6 different positions in one transfer window, which might be near impossible, especially for this bloody board who have no idea. And I would have thought that they would have done something like, okay, we know Bruno, Casemiro, there might be a danger of them leaving. There might be a danger of Zertsky, Ugarte leaving in the summer. So let's not just put all our eggs in one basket and wait for the summer transfer window. Let's just do 1 or 2 signings in the January transfer window, spread out the cost and make it easier for ourselves. But clearly they haven't done that. Clearly they don't have that foresight. And we're told that they do have foresight. We're told that these guys know what they're doing, but for me, it's a big problem. Look, again, I'm not saying these guys can't do a job. I'm just saying that for me, I feel like these are not the signings that we should be looking for. Let me know. And Didi, so here we go. We've got Sanos, who actually gives us some information on him. Ndidi is one of the best midfielders in EPL, even when he was in Leicester. I will be very happy if Manchester United can bring him. Really? Wow. Okay, so that's someone who you watched him more than anybody else. These 3 signings are garbage, says Nish. Will you talk about is it Palmer? I don't know who that is. I realised how Nish says, I realise now that the thing we need is not fast, strong mobile defenders who can get up and down and tackle well. Baleba. Yep. Baleba for me is still my number one. I still like. Look, if Sanos is saying look, Ndidi can do a job for us in this short space of time from now to the end of the season, bring him on. Then bring him on. If it's Loftus-Cheek, bring him on. I just feel like these are a waste of money if we're going to pay a huge amount of money to them. And I know it's going to be a loan move. I've been told that before already now. Okay, so United are not going to sign a permanent player, right? They're going to sign a loan move for whoever it is. It's going to be a loan move. I just feel like, neither one I look at and think, wow. And right now, I think Ndidi's playing out in the Turkish league. Best test. I think I can't remember who he's playing for actually. And same Loftus-Cheek. We know he's not really been playing a lot of football. Again, I'm not sure whether Ndidi's been playing a lot of football, but I just feel like we needed someone like Neves who could come in, who's been playing, who can come in and do a job. And even he was like a last resort for me. I mean, it wasn't like, oh yeah, go and get Ruben Neves, I really love him. No, it was just like, right, okay, if all else fails, just go and get him. But even that, for me right now, it seems like it's a bit of a waste of money. I want United to go and sign somebody. I want the board to actually pull their finger out. I want the board to actually go and put some money down. But I just feel like they're just incompetent idiots. They're incompetent idiots. So I don't trust them. I don't trust them to make any signing. And I know that sounds really negative, but that's what I'm feeling like right now. I look at the board and I think, shit, I don't trust them. I need someone independent to tell me which signing is the better signing or which one is actually makes sense. Because I just feel like the board are going to get their pants pulled down. They've shown that they're desperate. And this is where United are absolutely stupid. Stupid. They always do this. They shoot themselves in the foot. They always do this. They always make it public that they're desperate for players. They're desperate to get this player out and that player out. And of course, that increases the bloody price of players. And of course, that decreases the price of our own players. So when we make it known and public that, oh, Garnacho's an idiot and we want him out, what do you think teams are going to do? They're not going to come and say, right, do you know what? Let's, put more money down and give him more money for the players like Garnacho. Of course they're not. They're going to be like, oh, screw that. We'll offer him bullshit and they'll have to accept it. The same goes for Rashford right now. We're getting news that Barcelona are really trying to screw United over and pay next to nothing for Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford, who's playing absolutely out of his skin for Barcelona, and Barcelona are trying to lowball us with offers lower than 20 mil for Marcus Rashford. But the problem is that we've made it public as a club that we actually don't get on with Marcus Rashford. We don't actually like him. And, there's problems, blah, blah, blah. And don't be fooled. Do not be fooled. Barcelona know exactly what's going on at United. They're keeping an eye on United. They know Carrick is back. They know that there could be a danger that Carrick says to Rashford, reaches out and says, come back. And, under me, you'll get what you want. And we're a different club. We'll play, and Marcus Rashford might be tempted. I'm not saying he is going to, or there is some talks behind the scenes. I'm just saying there's a possibility, and Barcelona know this, and that's why they're trying to box it off immediately with Marcus Rashford. But for me, I look at it and think, look, coming back to the midfield, let's leave Marcus Rashford and all the players aside, and let's talk about, obviously, a midfielder signing, because that's what the board are looking for right now. It's no secret United are after a midfielder. They want somebody, and I feel like this is desperation. I don't know whether you guys feel the same, but I feel like this is desperation. In the last 24 hours, we started getting names of more and more mystery midfielders. United are talking to this player, that player. Stop it. Why are you doing this? We've seen this before. You've not planned for this. If you're trying to pull the wool over our eyes and say, oh, we've planned for these signings. We had Loftus-Cheek and Ndidi on our shortlist for months. Absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit. These are last-minute signings, desperate signings, loan moves, whatever you want to say. These were never planned. So stop lying to us. Stop saying that this is part of your big project and big plan. You're bringing this in because these players, or possibly bringing these in because you don't want to be criticised come at the end of the January transfer window. And if things don't go to plan and, we struggle in the midfield and Carrick struggles, you don't want fans pointing fingers at you. You don't want fans saying, well, Ineos failed us. They should have gone out there and signed someone big in the January transfer window. That's what it is. That's what it's all about. For me right now, I look at it and look, I saw Kobe Mainoo play on the weekend and I was like, fantastic. This is what I've been saying. If you've been watching me on the live stream, on my shows, you've been hearing me saying, look, I don't want Kobe Mainoo to leave. I love Kobe Mainoo. I think he's brilliant. I want him to stay. And that was one of the reasons why I was really quite pissed with Ruben Amorim. Ruben Amorim, for me, I think, mismanaged Kobe Mainoo. Without a doubt, man. He was one of our young starlets, academy players, and I felt like he was being mismanaged. and I really did not want to see him leave. And yeah, he proved us all why he's such a good player. And then we're getting people coming out saying, "Oh, look, Kobbie Mainoo, he's brilliant." And I saw this on Sky Sports the other day, and it was funny enough. It was Jamie Carragher and Thierry Henry who were waxing lyrical about Man United. So that made a nice change, I must admit. But anyway, they were talking about the players who had done most work or distance covered in the game, and Kobbie Mainoo up there with 7.9 kilometres, man. This guy ran his socks off for us. But of course, we've got Dogu in there as well. We've got Ugarte, but that was an earlier game against Newcastle. But I was really shocked because even I would say, look, Kobbie is someone who has quite a lazy type of playing style. You look at him and you think, he's not grafting, if you know what I mean. He's a bit Pogba-esque. Where you look at Pogba, and many people complain about Pogba, but Pogba did a lot of running, but you just didn't see it. You didn't see it because he would cover ground, very smooth, silky type player. Same thing with Kobbie Mainoo. I feel like he is one of those players. Do we need a midfielder if we've got Kobbie Mainoo fit? That's the biggest question I have right now. I'm thinking, well, if we can last the season with Kobbie next to Casemiro, that would be great. If we pick up an injury, that's where the problems kick in, because Ugarte, no one's a big fan of Ugarte. He's had a few. Ugarte is a really tricky player because there's some games that he actually plays really well in, and some games he actually absolutely looks shite, absolute shite. And you think, why the hell did we even sign this guy? But yeah, anyway, coming to other transfer news. Now, this is not related directly to Man United, but it is kind of, because I've always said we want to sign this player. I've always urged United to go and sign this player. And yeah, it is my man, Mateta. Yeah, look, it looks like he's going to be leaving. It looks like he wants out, man. Aston Villa look like favourites to sign him. We've got the breaking news just an hour ago, so I thought I'd bring it to you guys. It is still important news from the Premier League, and it's Mateta who's informed Crystal Palace that he wants to leave, and yeah, Aston Villa. Although Juventus have been mentioned there, from what I'm hearing, Villa are looking very closely at him, and they're the ones who are pushing for this move. Yeah, that for me that's sad news, man, because I think he would have made a perfect secondary striker at United, or if not our first striker, given right now our problems with Sesko. Not problems with Sesko, but Sesko needs a bit more time to ground himself. But then the argument I'm sure lots of fans will now have is we haven't got enough football games to offer Mateta any time, really, right? And then we saw the lineup with Carrick, and I did like that as well. I liked Mbeumo playing in that position. So yeah, again, yeah, it's one that I guess you got to let be. You got to let be. Let him go off to Villa. I'm sure he'll do well. I think he's a handy striker to have in your squad. Anyway, and let's go to the chat, and then we'll discuss a few more things that we need to in the show. So Nish says, football changed again. Man City's midfield just got destroyed. We need to think N'Golo Kante types. Yeah. Look, do you know what? I've said it from. We need someone who can cover the ground like completely all the time. Just make sure that we've got someone like that. More so, indeed, he is a Premier League proven player. We can manage till the summer. Very strong in the middle of the park, says Sanas. So you blaming Glazers, Ineos, or the board? Are you asking me, Loman? I'm blaming all of them. I'm blaming all of them, man. They're all the bloody same. They're all in it together. They're all in it together. In fact, do you know what? No, I'm not even going to bother. I'm not going to bother. I'll go off on a complete rant, and I don't want to. I don't want to go off on a complete rant, but they're all the bloody same. They're all the same. They're all in it together. They're all working on it together. They've got a PR machine right in force right now, just making sure that all the fans think that the sun is shining out of their arses, and Ineos are doing a great job, and the board is doing a great job, and so are the Glazers, but they're all covering each other's backs. They want the fans to stay seated. They want their fans to not kick off, and they want the fans to just be, just stop the protesting. Just get distracted with us making a loan move for a player. That's what we want you to do. We want you to be hyped about us going out there and signing a loan player for the rest of the season. You should be grateful. That's what you should be. Yes, I like Loftus-Cheek and Neves is better for midfield. Please, Wilcox, make plan for signing loan. Morning, Jim. Hope you're doing well. Please, let's not want players just because of nationality connections. Yeah, no. We need to bring in players that actually do a job. Do a job for. Should get away from Barca, sell him to PSG. Should get him away from Barca. That's a really good shout, actually. That's a really good shout, Jim. I didn't even think that we could actually get him away and offer him to other teams, because Barca are just cheapskates, man. They've done it in the past with us as well. They've done it to lots of teams. They just get these players and then they're like, yeah. Look, we're gonna low ball, and the team, the club will eventually accept it. And I think that's what they know, that United will end up accepting some offer for him. Manchester United have to be very careful, because if Casemiro injury or Kobe, we can't qualify for top four. That's the worry we have as fans, don't we? I mean, look, Saturday's game was brilliant. There's some question marks over now. Obviously, City, were they easy to play against for United, given that they lost 3-1 against Bordeaux yesterday? A small Norwegian team, right? They're not huge, but credit to them. They played really well. But again, I watched highlights of that. I wasn't sure whether City played shit or whether the opposition was just all over them. So again, if anyone watched that game, anyone who watched deep dived into it, and it can offer some analysis as to whether City were just shit or what's going on. Because is this another blip with Pep? I mean, this is weird for Pep's teams to play like this, but I'm not complaining. I'm happy. I'm happy seeing City play like this. I hope they do go on a complete run of no wins for a couple of games. And if Liverpool can do the same, thank you very much. We can secure Champions League football. That is, if we can take the opportunities we've had. This season is from all the seasons that I can remember. This season is one season where I feel like we've just been handed it on the plate again and again. Every time we fumble it, get into the Champions League, we get another chance. It's like, oh, you fumbled it, but here you go. Here's another chance of you qualifying for the Champions League. Oh my God, we fumbled it again. Okay. Doesn't matter, here we go. So we keep on getting these chances to get into that Champions League spot and make sure we keep ourselves in there. We will regret it if we do not take advantage of it. Manchester United have to be very careful. Yeah, Casemiro, we've done that. Yeah, we need strong, fast, dynamic tackling midfielders who don't want to dwell on the ball. A one or two touch, moving it forward quickly. Manu looked better because the whole midfield had more urgency. Yeah, look. Manu was brilliant. I thought the entire team, looking back at the way they were playing really good football, really fast football, one-two touch football, and it was a really good performance. But I agree with you. We do need a top midfielder in there. Of course, look, the number one choice for me would be someone like Anderson. That would be my number one choice if I could bring anyone to United right now and put him in that midfield. I just feel like he's got the capabilities to play all over the pitch, and he's someone that is just an absolute wrecking ball. Comes into that midfield and destroys any attack that the opposition's putting forward. And Nottingham not doing too well, I feel like he's going to definitely jump ship. He will realise, right, okay, this is my opportunity. This is my time to leave and go elsewhere, go to a bigger club, big top 5 club, and he will quite easily walk into any club. But the problem I have is we've seen City, and the moment they start struggling, you know what they do? They pull out the checkbook and they go out and sign left, right and centre. So we've seen just this, they've signed Semenyo, they've signed Gui, and I feel like if they feel like they need someone to replace Rodri, someone else in that midfield, they feel like it's still weak, they will probably go out there, pull out the checkbook, and get Anderson in. That's unfortunately, and we won't be able to compete because we haven't got the money. We haven't got the backing. We haven't got the backing from the owners, right? As Luman said. Who you calling out? I'm calling out these fucking owners, man. They piss me off, man. I'm sorry to swear early in the morning, but they piss me off because I just feel like we're just standing still. We're standing still watching everybody go past, and it's like, okay, there goes that team, there goes that club, oh, there goes there, and who are we going to sign? Who? And you know what? It's just pissing me off right now because I feel like. They're telling us to wait till the summer. They're telling us, oh, great things will come summer, right? Come summer, I'm telling you, they're not going to sign the players that we want to sign because they're going to be gone. They're going to be gone. They're not making inroads. I've not heard anything thus far that fills me with any confidence that United have tapped up Anderson or Wharton or even bloody Blaber. Right, okay, Blaber, you could put to side for a moment. You could say, right, okay, they've kind of... agreed personal terms with him to some degree. They've got some something with Blaber going on, but that doesn't guarantee that no other team's going to come in and take him offers, right? I mean, we just saw what Man City did with Mark Gui, and that dude was on his way to a medical to Liverpool before it got cancelled, right? So you'd argue that he's probably set his sights playing for Liverpool, but oh no, this is the world of football. This is the world of football. Another team can come in and hijack it, and the players, they will go whoever pays them more. It's a reality. It's the reality of everything here right now in football. Honestly speaking, Kobe is just like a new signing. If we can play, I feel like that as well. Look, for me, if you asked me before the weekend's game, I would have been absolutely shouting at the top of my voice saying, we need to go out there and sign a midfielder. We need But Kobe did feel like that. I'm convinced Dogu would make an unbelievable 8 with Blaber, a 6, constantly winning the ball back. Menu can play in. Dogu right now. Oh my God, man! I feel like he could play in so many different positions because that guy. What a signing! I think we signed him for about 20 mil or something, right? 20 mil. Crazy signing. United, I want midfielder Neves, Loftus-Cheek, defender Boy, and United is better. Look, for me, they're short-term options, both Neves and Loftus. I mean, I can't see them playing for us any longer than I don't want to see them next season. I want to see, class players, young, talented players coming into this United team that we can build around for years to come. Not players that are reaching the end of their careers coming to United as a stopgap, because we've been there, done that, and it doesn't work. And we don't even get the short-term success that we're after. When you sign these type of players and you're thinking, right, okay, they're experienced, they know what they're doing, they'll come in and give us something. They don't. They come in just to collect their wage pack. They're not there to really work hard, or I feel like they're not. The reality is you don't need the best techie players in the world. You just need 100% work rate from, perfect. This is it. This is what from incredibly athletic players. Nuno Mendes constantly shuts Messi down. Yeah, we need engines in this team. That's what we need. We need engines. We need players that can come in and put the graft in. Because I feel like that's what's missing in this United team. We haven't got players who really want to work hard. And when they do, you get a performance like that on the weekend. That's what you do. Bordeaux destroyed Man City with work rate. Yeah, well, there you go. As I'm saying, right? Work rate is important. Elliot Anderson would be the dream signing, but we're never going to buy him. We're not. But that's unfortunate. Why are we making up excuses for Ineos and the Glazers and everyone concerned with United behind the scenes? Why are we making excuses for him, saying, oh yeah, we're not going to sign Anderson? We should be saying, no, you should go out there and sign Anderson. That is what we should be doing. As a big club the size of United, if you keep reminding us about how United is, a big club and we're going in the right direction and we're starting this rebuild, well, you start a rebuild with good players. You don't get a rebuild without going out there and signing the players that are needed. We need them players. Haaland looks completely out of it. Yeah, I think he blamed himself. Apparently, there was some news about him saying, "Look, I apologise to my teammates, and I'm not doing well." And he was having it. I think taking it upon himself that it was his fault. I don't think it's just his fault. I think the team itself is not playing well. I think the players behind him are not good enough either. I think they're just not working hard enough for him right now. I think they need a better defence. They've not got the right defence. I think obviously Gui coming in will make a huge impact in that side of things. But I still feel like they're still missing a couple of more signings. And that's Man City we're talking about, right? But that's Man City we're talking about. Anyway, let's move on to another part of the show. There's news broke yesterday. I was going to bring it to you yesterday, but then I thought, look, let me just hold on to it. Let me dig around, see what information I get. And it's to do with this new stadium, apparently, that's going to get built. I don't know when this might happen. We might be old and frail by the time we get a new stadium. But apparently we're getting a new stadium. And in that new stadium, Manchester United are considering an IMAX-style digital season ticket that would allow fans to stream games from a certain section of Old Trafford. United are well placed for the proposed venture due to the technology sponsorships. I think they're talking about Snapdragon and things like that. What do I think of it? It seems like a good idea. I mean, I don't know whether it's gonna catch on, but it might do. It might do especially if you can wear those what are they called, Meta glasses, or whatever you call them. I can't even remember what you bloody call them, but you put them on your eyes and you get almost like a 3D version of the game. So if that's the case, that would be pretty cool. I'm sure people want to try it. Even I probably want to try that. Sitting at your home and just being able to watch the game as a 3D game. It won't replace, of course, the real thing, and it's another money-making scheme. Was I not telling you this about a couple of days ago? I said, look, United are going to increase the prices on the tickets, and United are going to... The only reason why the Glazers and Ineos are pushing forward with this stadium is not because they think, oh, it's going to make United a greater club. It's because they look at it and think, oh, it's going to make us more money. It's going to make us more money. We're going to be able to bring in more people, charge more for expensive seats. Yeah, we'll have the common folk sit somewhere and we'll charge them more than what... And this isn't a secret. This is what Jim Ratcliffe's already told us. He's already said that if the new stadium gets built, yeah, season tickets will go up in price. The normal ticket price will go up. And yeah, they're just pricing out the normal fans, and they just want it to be like a tourist attraction. And yeah, the normal fans can watch things on IMAX. That's it. That's what we'll give you. We'll give you the normal fans access to watching from home. Look, it's the way the game is going right now. It's unfortunate, but this is the way things are going with the world of football. The owners want to make more and more money, and if they can work a way out where they can offer this to fans, there'll be lots of fans around the world who want to watch it. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan of things like this. Just because, yeah, I'll try it. I'll be honest with you. It's interesting, but I just feel like it's just watering down the game itself. You get it? And the spectacle of going out there, watching your team perform. I like the fact that we're going to build a new stadium. I think we do need a new stadium. I think we need more fans in there, because, yeah, the problem right now is that we haven't got the tickets. We haven't got the spaces, to get the tickets. It's really difficult right now to go and watch United, especially if you're not willing to pay hundreds of pounds. If you can get the hospitality tickets, for a couple of £100, that's just not worth it. Not worth it. So the normal fan is struggling. So I was hoping that when they build the new stadium, there'll be more capacity for the normal fans. But I'm not going to hold my breath because I feel like Ineos are going to probably turn it upside down and make more hospitality seats than they would the normal seats. So they might have a section like they do right now, Stretford End, and then the rest of it's going to be all corporate shit, all corporate, and they're going to make money left, right and centre from it. But I think Ineos and Glazers are missing the big picture here. They can only sell tickets and people only want to watch United if they're doing well. If we're still a big club, if we're still winning things. But if we carry on and not win things and we're not in the Champions League, then there's no point having a big stadium. There's no point offering all this IMAX style digital, game watching experience when you're watching shit, right? Even, let's be honest, even Man United fans in recent years have struggled to watch their team and support because we know how terrible it's been. So I don't know what they expect. I don't know why they expect everyone to come in and be like, right, do you know what? Yeah, let's watch football. Let's watch this shit football. And I'll pay hundreds of pounds to watch it. I mean, look, those fans who are obviously season ticket holders have to go and they watch this game. But I've heard from so many season ticket holders, look, I can't be bloody bothered to watch it. I hand my ticket to somebody else to go and watch the game, because I'm sick of seeing this kind of football. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm not a big fan of it. I really am not. I look, the screens and shit are fine, but everything else, I don't trust the owners. That's the end of it. If this was an owner that had like developed the club, had put in millions of pounds, clear the debt, bought in players, invested in the team, I would have been behind this. I would have been behind everything that they did. But the fact that I don't trust the owners, I don't trust Ineos, I don't trust the Glazers, I can't back anything that they propose. Any idea, whether it's good or bad, I just get... I'm a bit anxious and I'm a bit skeptical about what they're actually proposing, because I have to always sit back and think, wait up, are they trying to pull our pants down here? Are they trying to get one over us? What is the premise of this? Why are they trying to do this? And is it for the benefit of the club, or is it for the benefit of their pocket? That's the problem. The only problem is owners will only buy stopgap players in January. Unfortunately, we need to bench players if that's what they will get. Yeah. I think that is the case in January. They don't want people coming there. Exactly, you nailed it. Their plebs get it, IMAX. Yep. I'm 61 now. I hope it don't take too long, but I would like to see it. Virtual reality glasses. Oh, that's it. Virtual reality glasses. Thank you, Jim. I lost my mind there for a moment thinking, what is it? But yeah, there's these meta things that you can get, that you can put on, like goggles, and Apple have got the same, and these virtual reality glasses that you can put on and watch the game. 61, Jim, right now. Will the club be in... Will they be able to make a stadium in time? Look, if I was to put a timeline on it, I think we're in 2026. I think in 2035, I think it'd get made. I think if we start going on if they start rolling the ball now. But then I've heard rumours that this design that they've chosen, one of the benefits of the design is that it's going to go up really quick. That's from Norman Foster, the architect behind the design, and he's a world-renowned architect, if you've not heard of him. And he's someone who said, look, the design is such that it'll go up in less than 3 years or something like that, he said, from start to finish, and there won't be a lot of building work required. So again, I'm not sure how long stadiums take to build, but given the fact that they wasted so much time already, I just think, I don't know if they will. They will charge £200 for the cheapest ticket, and tourists will say goodbye to 60 quid tickets. Yeah, man, 60 quid is already a lot of money, man. But if you're looking like just to come in, if you haven't got a season ticket, if you're not lucky enough to get a season ticket, which there's a bloody waiting list for, 60 quid is like flipping, it's a lot of money, man. It's a lot of money for a lot of people. And I think the price will go up to about £150, £200. You're right, Nish. I think it will go up to that much, where we're going to be paying a lot of money out just to watch United in this new stadium. But it will be, they're making it into a tourist attraction. They want tourists to turn up and see and take pictures. It's not about watching football anymore. It's really weird where we're going with football now, because it's turning into a more of a fake show than anything else. It's like it's the theatre, but not theatre of football anymore. It's theatre of bloody just come in there, take your pictures, have your lunch, go off at half time. I think they'll even extend half times in the future of football. I see this coming, right? Okay, and you see it because you know what they do out in the US. I think a lot of things come over, and the Glazers will probably be at the forefront of that. Any American owners will be at the forefront and be pushing for this, which is they'll want half times to be extended to maybe half an hour to an hour. So, fans can go out, leave the stadium, go and have lunch, things like that. And they can have halftime shows and everything else, milk more money, make more money. The whole thing about the new stadium being built is to allow or make sure fans stay there longer. So they come in really early in the morning and don't leave till hours and hours after the game. The hardcore fans that you see at Old Trafford, we come in, we literally, come in minutes before the game, we get in there and we leave immediately and we jet off, right? We jet off before the traffic hits and everything, right? But the tourists and stuff, they make it a day out there. They'll linger around. They'll sit in their seats for hours before the game and hours after the game. That's what they're there for. That's what they're there for. And this new stadium will be catering to that crowd. You nailed it, Travis. It's all going to be corporate. I reckon they will get rid of the Stretford end as well. Yeah, that'll be disastrous if they do that. That'll be disastrous. I think they'll try and make an end like that, but yeah, they're still not going to charge you nothing for it, right? They won't increase capacity that much. We'll increase corporate packages massively. Yeah. That's what I think they will do. They'll increase the capacity for only corporate tickets and the high-end tickets, because that's where they know they make more money. I mean, last time I checked, I think you could get a hospitality package for like £200-300, right? And it gets you barely nothing, but yeah. And I've been lucky enough to kind of experience all sides of Old Trafford, from the Stratford end to everywhere across, apart from the away end, but everywhere else. I've been into in the directors area. I've been into the hospitality area. I've been into the boxes, that they have for companies, and I've been in there and stuff, and I watched the game. But there's nothing like obviously watching it out in the fan. But it's just weird because I feel like they make more money, selling the hospitality tickets than they do with the normal £60 ticket fans, right? I like the food outlets in Manchester now. They are charging crazy. They're charging crazy prices for food because want to take pics for TikTok and Instagram. Yeah, they do, man. Yeah, they do. You're going to have to be upper middle class to watch Man United when the new stadium built. Yeah, that's where the game's going. That's where the game. If I was to predict where the game's going to be in the next 10 to 20 years, that's what it's going to be like. It's going to be like more. You're going to have a serious amount of money to go watch these kind of games. A serious amount of money. Even right now, you get priced out, and I believe that the season ticket holders, I think they're going to get pushed out. I feel like they're going to get pushed out. It might be just a complete random guess I'm making here, but I feel like the season ticket holders are not valuable enough for Man United and the owners. They look at the season ticket holders and think, shit, they've got a bargain. They've got a bargain here, and they'll want to push them out. And that's why they're so keen on taking your season ticket away from you. You miss 2 games and they'll get that season ticket off you. They start threatening you, saying, right, okay, you're not making use of it and there's a waiting list, we're going to take it off you, blah, blah. And for me, that's ridiculous. You should decide, whether you should come or not. Sometimes you might not be able to make it. Our owners don't want the new stadium to take that long, for 2 to 3 years. They will want to pay for itself as quick as possible, or they have to sold the club already. Yeah, look, they're gonna. I think the most likely option will be that they're gonna get outside investors to invest in the stadium, build it, or like essentially get it built for them, and then give them a segment of the profit. So it'll be like, right, okay, you can have this much percentage of the profits will go directly to you guys for investing in it. And it'll be like, naming rights and things like that. So that could work well. So if they get someone rich enough to come in and fund it, which they will, that's where the problem lies for me. So I think they will get it built as quick as they can, because of course everything's about money for them. They want to make money. They want to make sure that they can get as much money as possible from this new stadium and put it into the back pockets, right? That's what it's about. How can international fans help the club, as it seems the local are too soft and casual? Yeah, look, the locals have tried. I think what's happened is that you don't want to be too negative. And what I mean by that is, like, there's only so much negativity that you can carry with you for the clubs. And then after that, you have to start believing that there's something better around the corner, or else you just give up hope. And that's the problem. Whenever I speak to everybody around me, I think everyone knows the locals are clued up what the Glazers have done. But we've slowly, lots of us have lost hope in anything changing dramatically in the short term. That's what it is. That's what I feel like has happened anyway. We've kind of initially came out and said, this is bad. The Glazers shouldn't be doing this. They need to be out. And then they've carried on. They've dug their heels in. And then the problem you've got is you've got the ownership on one side, but you've got the club on the other. So you can't really, you want to detach the two, but it's very difficult to do that. So you love the club and you want the club to succeed, but immediately that means that the owners will succeed. So that's where the tricky part of being a Man United fan currently comes in, because right now, even now, we all want United to win. We all want Carrick to do well. We all want to qualify for Champions League. We all want to see sexy, good, exciting football at Old Trafford and by this United team. Nobody will say, actually, I want United to just get relegated and that's it. I want them to lose. There'll be a few who say that, and their justification would be that I want to see Ineos and Glazers out, and that probably would work. But at the same time, you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater, and that's where the problem lies with United fans right now. But yeah, look, we can all just unite. We can all unite and just simply keep on reminding everybody, Luman, that we have got shit owners. We've got shit owners. And every time they try and cover up something with, oh, we're going to make a loan move and we're going to sign Ndidi or Loftus-Cheek, we need to remind everybody, this is simply not good enough. This is not how a top club moves. A top club like United, who are looking to push forward and qualify for Champions League, you make big moves. You make moves for top players. You do not sign washed up players or players who are at the end of their careers. Definitely pushed out. I'm hearing we're going to do a complete reset with the stadium build. Everyone's season ticket will be taken away and the new subscription model will come in. Yeah, that's madness. That'll be kickoffs, man. That'll be kickoffs. The problem is the board now know that if the locals don't come, the tourists will pay. Yeah. Locals have absolutely no power in reality. I've used to think we did, but we don't have. No, we don't, man. I've said it many times. I hate saying it because I also like seeing different faces at Old Trafford. I like seeing people from... I met this chap from Australia the other day. I also met someone from the States. He was out from Texas. So these people pay serious money to come and watch United. And they were actual United fans. They were like hardcore United fans, man. I felt bad for him. I was like, right, okay, yeah. But at the same time, I realised that, yeah, if the locals decide not to turn up and not to watch, there's still a long line of fans who not necessarily United, absolutely, but they'll come and watch United because it's still a good day out. You still meet loads of people who are watching United who are not actually United fans. They've turned up from wherever. I met this guy who was out from China. He came out and he had a United top on, but I don't think he was a United fan. I don't think he was a United fan. But then You get that, but that's the way I think they want to do. They want to position themselves as a club. United know that is where the market is. You get these people who've got money, more customers. Essentially, it's customers, not fans anymore. Season ticket holders will be offered priority for the new seat lease model, but it's going to be 4 times the price. I think that's what it's going to be. I think they're going to offer us the season ticket holders the option to renew it, but at a higher price. And I think they're hoping that most will say, spin on it, I'm not doing that. Would huge banners at Old Trafford help, like we saw Jim Can't Fix It against City? Look, I think the banners help. I think they attract attention. Problem is, you can't really get them in half the time. Like, that was a small banner, Luman. That was a small banner with Jim Can't Fix It. I think huge banners are really difficult to get in. The security checks are quite stringent now, and I think if we start bringing in more, they'll kind of shut us up even more in terms of they'll come down hard on us. How can the Premier League let owners put the club into 3-4 billion debt? It's disgraceful. Yeah, man, Jim, that is my biggest worry. I can't get excited like I would about a new stadium. I can't. I really can't, because the moment I look at the stadium, my heart sinks and I think, shit, man, this means more debt. More debt equals more problems. For me, nobody can tell me more debt is good debt, right? Nobody. Because we've seen what it's done to United. If you've got that noose over your head, over your neck, so around your neck, which is, never going to go. That interest payment, that 40 million. Each year we're paying 40 million in to just to service the debt that we've currently got at United. 40 million. Save that for 2 years, that's 80 million. You can go out there and buy a Baleba. You can go out there and buy a Wharton every 2 seasons. That's what the difference is. Every 2 seasons, we can go out there and buy a world class player. Save that for three seasons, right? Imagine what we can go and buy. That's the difference, man. But I agree, Jim. That is my biggest issue I have with all of this. Banners and certain size aren't allowed. Yeah, in this. Yeah. They're not allowed. You get pulled up, man. They'll stop you, and you can sneak some in. It's very difficult, especially now. Back in the days you could, but now they made it very difficult. And even if you do put something up, security will come at you like a whirlwind. They'll rush at you immediately. So you've got to be really careful. It's a cartel, Jim. Look at the 115 charges, and the Prem let certain clubs get away with it with anything. Yeah, look, it is. It's the big boys behind the scenes. It's all about these big boys putting the money down, and the Glazers have got everyone where they want them. The Premier League will never call out the Glazers. The media will never openly call out the Glazers or Ineos now. That's the problem, because these billionaires, they know exactly who to pay and who to make sure, how to put the PR out there and make sure, journalists are not opposing them in any way. That's it, guys. That's the problem we've got. So coming back to Luman and saying, oh, look, what can fans do? Local fans have tried, man, but local fans are local fans who work hard, go and do their 9 to 5, go and do whatever they need to do, come back, spend their hard-earned money on the weekend watching their club that they've supported all their life. That's what the locals are. We haven't got, billions of pounds to go and influence the Premier League and directors of the FA or whatever it is, or whoever controls everything at United, right? That's the problem. We haven't got that control, and we will never. And that's what Jim Ratcliffe knows. He knows that 90% of the fans at United cannot do jack shit. 99% of them can't do jack shit to him. So he's like, yeah, so what if they're going to put up banners? So what if they're going to protest? Yeah, they'll do it for a day or two and then they'll stop, because that's all they can do. Exactly the way they will never be stopped increasing in debt. It's a cartel. Yeah, man, it's unfortunate, but look, we can just hope that someone, the only way I can see it ever changing is someone else comes on board and says, I want to buy out United and makes an absolute ridiculous offer and gets the Ineos and the Glazers to sell out and go. Of course, Jim is not the youngest of people, so he I don't know how long he's going to hold on to the club, and the Glazers aren't either. But I can see the Glazers being the type to hand it down to their kids and leave it as a legacy in the Glazer family, if you know what I mean. But there will come a time where they'll have to leave, where they will sell up. Whether that's in the next year or two, whether it's in 5 or 10 years' time, they will leave. They will sell up. They will go. And then hopefully United can have an owner that can actually put some money in and solve the problems we've got here. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I want to thank you to everybody who's joined us today. Hope you enjoy the show. We'll be back. I'll try and do the 8 o'clock shows again. I've been a bit busy this week, so I'm going to try and start doing the evening shows again. So maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, I'll come back again on the 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. Shows. But for today, that's all. I'll be back tomorrow with hopefully some breaking news on who Man United have decided to bring in and sign. That's all. Thank you very much, guys.